Good morning, guys, and welcome back to Greensboro Downtown Yoga. I'm Summer, and I'm super excited today to bring you a sweaty, fun yoga sweat hybrid class that is all about our core. So we're going to find different ways to ignite and fire up the muscles of our abs, our obliques, our lower back, our glutes, and kind of everything that goes along the midline of your body. Don't worry, we're not just going to sit and do abs the entire class because this is still a yoga class. And one of the really important things that I want you to think about today is your breath. So how can you use your breath to ignite the core in everything that we're going to do? That's my challenge to you today. If you're new to the channel, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button and the little tiny bell below so you get notified anytime we go live or add new content. You know, I can't believe it. This is class number 76 live. When we first decided that we were going to go live with these classes back when COVID started, I never imagined that into June we'd still be doing it. But here we are. And we're going to continue to do this for as long as we need to. And who knows, once COVID opens back up, what our plans are. So definitely subscribe and be part of the family. All right, we're going to start lying on our backs. Oh, you'll notice I have 2 blocks today. If you've got blocks at home, they're going to assist you, but you can really kind of use any book or anything that can help for this class. All right, let's do it. So have your block just in a nearby position. We're going to lay on our back to start. Feet are flat on the floor. Allow your hands to be by your side. With your eyes shut, just take a moment right here. Scan your body, see what's going on in it today. Start to focus on your breath. Again, I want your breath to be your guiding light for today's practice. We can feel our belly rise, the expansion out the side, and the back side of your body moving. It's this 3-dimensional breath. And I'll be honest with you today, if you feel more comfortable inhaling and exhaling out your mouth, don't worry so much about your giant breath. It's a great calming place for me, but if it stresses you out, do what feels good for you. Grab hold of that block. Place it in between your inner thighs. You squeeze into the block. As you do that, feel your abdominal muscles have to fire in and your lower back press to the floor. Hands by our side. Lift your hips up to the sky. Keep the pressure into the block and roll back down. Whole goal with this block right here is to make you feel deeper into those abdominal muscles. Shut your eyes and allow the mind-body connection. Really engage with what your body is doing in space right now. As you lift your hips up, find that long line from your knee to your shoulder. Hold this one up. Get even more squeeze into your glutes, into the back side of your body. Lower yourself back down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Bring your legs to a tabletop position. Continue to squeeze into the block as our arms go out to the side. Drop our knees over to one side. With a big, deep inhale, coming back to center, exhale. Inhale as your knees fall to the side. Exhale as they come back to center. Press down onto the floor with the lower back. Press into the block with your legs and feel that wrapped engagement through your center line. Remembering that our core is so much more than just our abdominals. They're a major support system, but there's more to it than just that. Hold ourselves center right here. Big deep inhale. Exhale, extend your legs long. Find that place where your back pushes into the floor. Hands come in. Reach your arms and legs away from each other and then curl it. Reach. So right here at the beginning of class, we're already finding ways to ignite into that center line, to feel the pressure into the block, so that as we move into our big postures throughout class, we have this deep engagement. Lift up. Now, if you're starting to feel the back arch, just allow the legs to go higher. It's not about how low your leg goes. It's about the engagement through the center. Last one. Bring yourself down. Take the block, place it underneath one foot. Place the other leg on the floor. So you push your foot that's on the block into it. Lift your hips up. Now foot on the block stays right there. Lift the other leg to tabletop. Big deep inhale. Exhale as you lower down right before you hit the ground. Lift back up. We have this lower and lift. You get this movement in the back side of your body. You should be feeling engagement into your hamstring, that big muscle right here along the back of your leg. Especially if you push down into the block even more. And that's what I want you to feel, so that later on when we're trying to connect into the ground, standing is the same feeling. Bring yourself all the way down. Bring both legs to tabletop. Fingertips come behind your ears and lift your head. Rotate to one side, then center. Rotate. Now notice how slow and controlled I am in this. It's not about these really fast bicycle punches that you oftentimes see people doing in the gym. It's about this great big rotation, sending your shoulder to your knee. Using your breath to really get deeper into that movement. Last one. Oh, your abs and core should be starting to really ignite. Let's place that other foot onto the block. Lift your hips high, then bring your leg to tabletop, lower down. Now, as this leg is lifting up and down, how can you think about the front side of your body? How can it zip up just a little bit more? Think about that space between your rib cage and your belly button. Can you shorten it just a little bit? Hold this one up. Find that place of pressure. Lower your foot down to the ground. Lower the other one. Grab your block. Place it onto your thighs, then lift your legs. Elbows come on to the block. You're going to push into the block with your elbows and your legs. Feel that oppositional pressure. Yeah? It's such a small thing, but such a way to ignite into the center body. Release that pressure. Now take your elbow and your block onto your right leg. Extend your left leg out. So it's left arm, right leg. Yes? Lift yourself up. Now pull the left leg in and out. Find that rotation with your elbow and your thigh. So you're getting that oppositional pressure. Remember, your breath is your control. Use it to really engage. One more. Come back to center. Do you notice how much deeper you feel that into your abdominals with that press in? It's that deep boom right here that really is igniting those abdominal muscles as well as the deep core muscles. So your obliques and everything. Find that rotation. See if you can lift your opposite shoulder just a little higher off the floor as you push into the block. One more. Remember that feel later on. Push your block to the side. Just give ourselves a long stretch from finger to toe. It feels so good. Reach over to the right. Come back to center, over to the other side. Just giving yourself this long stretch. Lengthen long, big deep inhale. Exhale as your knees come in. Reach long way. So you've done this. Now hug it. We're going to make a little tiny flow here for a moment, okay? So reach your right leg in front of you. Come center. Left leg. Come center. Both legs. Come center. Right leg. And down. Left leg. And down. Both legs. Now hug your knees in. You're going to roll to a ball. To plank. Oh my goodness, I was really having trouble right there for a moment. Lift your chest really tall. Now it's that same engagement right here, right? Bring your feet to the ground, sit up tall. Grab that block. Place it in between your inner thighs again. Sit up tall. Lean back about 45 degrees. Hands can be on the floor. Let's actually all start there. And lift your legs off the ground. Press into the block, okay? Big, deep press. Lift your chest. Find that place. Now extend your legs just a little bit higher. Ooh, I know. Do you start to lean back? Possibly. Bring your legs down. Lower and rise. Let's do that one more time. Lean back. Hands down. Lift. Find that nice line of view. Legs come high. Lower and sit tall. Release the block. Big deep inhale. Exhale, roll yourself back. We're going to do 3 rolls. So 2 for fun. Bringing yourself back to that boat. And the third one's going to bring you into a little tiny small ball. All right, guys. So we have ignited the center of our body. We are warm. Now let's use that to really get movement. Find this little small ball. Hands come to the floor. Step back to a plank. Bend your knees so you rock back and then shoot your weight forward. Now press your heels back. Press the base of your hand, so right here, that part of your hand into the floor. Push your thumb into the floor and your pinky. And notice how that rotates your bicep forward. Big deep inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Find that push of your palms in, not your palms, the base of your hand into the mat. Big deep inhale. Exhale, come forward to plank. Bend your knees, sit back, shoot forward. Heels go back. That's going to become bigger here in a little while, but learn that move. Exhale, down dog. One more time, forward to plank, inhale. Bend your knees, sit back. Heels go back, down dog. Breathe right here. Find that long line from your fingers to the top of your hips, and then from your hips to your heels. Bend your knees, step or jump your body to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, big sweep of your arms to the sky. Exhale, sit low into a chair. Inhale, rise. Now with this chair, I'm not going to make you do it. I mean, I don't make you do anything. But I'm not going to ask you to place the block in between your legs. But I want you to imagine it was there. So you have that same pull in with the inner thighs. Let's breathe. Inhale. Our hair is not cooperating. I think that's every day. Are we all in desperate need of a haircut, right? Inhale. Exhale. We're starting to get heat generated into our legs and into our arms. Yes? You're feeling the movement in your shoulders and your legs. Let's stay low. Lift our heels off the ground as our arms reach behind us. Find this long diagonal line or straight line from our head to our hips. Press your arms back so your shoulders are going away from your ears. Lower yourself all the way down to that small ball position. Sit back to your boat. You might be able to do that without your hands. Me, I have a pin in my ankle and it won't let me. Lean yourself all the way back. Big boat. Come in. 2 more like that. We're going to go into a move we have not done yet today. Hold. Feet come to floor. Hands go behind us. Press your shoulder blades together. Lift your hips an inch off the ground. Find the engagement of your abdominals. Then shift your weight forward and back. Forward. Hold and center. Hold. Press hands into mat. Lift your right leg. Left leg. Center. Now lift your hips as high to the sky as you can go. Come down. Hold. So this is called a crab, right? So if I say crab, this is where you're going. Lower your hips. 3 rolls back. 1. Remember that 2 are for fun. 3rd one transitions you. Ooh, I was trying with no hands. Just small ball. And then we're going to step our back knees back so that they're hovering 2 inches off the floor. I'm actually going to do this. Take your block, place it in between your inner thighs. Push into the block as your knees come an inch off the mat. Press into those hands. Remember the thumb and the pinky so you rotate your biceps forward. Now take your knees to one side and to center. Other side and center. Notice it's my legs and my hips that are moving. That upper body is staying stable. Push into that block. You're going to get even deeper abdominal engagement, core involvement. Hold center. Lower your knees down to the ground. Remember that heel. We're going to place the block off to the side. Okay. Lift your knees an inch off the floor. Cool. Take your right leg. If you've been joining me for Yoga Sweat Hybrid, we've been working on this. You're going to thread your right leg under and flip around to that crab position. Ooh, fun, right? Lift your right leg again. Thread it under. Come back. Step back to plank. Big deep inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Bend your knees. Sit back to child's pose. Now, this child's pose from here on out is going to be called a loaded beast. Meaning we're in this position, but our knees come off the floor. Big deep inhale. Exhale as we shoot forward to plank. Inhale back, loaded beast. Exhale, shoot forward. Loaded beast. Shoot forward. One more time. Loaded beast. Practice it. Shoot forward. Hold. Inhale. Down dog. Lift your heels. Bend your knees. Step or jump to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Hold right here. Find this place of relief for a moment. Bend your knees, roll yourself up, one vertebra at a time. Big, deep inhale. Find the abdominal engagement. Exhale, sit in the chair. Big rise up. Can you involve all muscles of your body right here? All muscles work. They just don't all have to feel like tension, right? So we get engagement all the way down through our fingers. Hold low. Lift our heels. Press back. Lower all the way down, all the way down. Find your boat. Just 2 times. Reach low boat and center. Low boat and hold. Feet come down. Crab. Fingertips are to the back of the room. Lift your hips. Right leg lifts. Lower. Left leg lifts. Lower. Left foot comes under and we switch around to this little beast position. Left leg goes under and you switch back around. So it's called an under switch. Hold right here. Hold. Lower your hips. No, excuse me. Lift your hips. Find that big rise. Shoulder blades ahead. Push together. Lower down. Engage. Lift your legs. Just one roll takes you all the way through. Now step back to beast. Take your right leg. No, excuse me. Take your left leg. Thread it through. It's going to come to the side right here. It kicks through. Then come back to center. Knees are low. Go to the left. Take your left leg through. Notice my hips. They're low to the ground, right? Back to center. If you don't like that side kick through move, please, please, please go back to that little tip top that we were doing. Let's do it one more time each side. Come in. Sit back. Come in. Big deep inhale. Exhale, step back to plank. Down dog. Find your loaded beast. Inhale. Exhale, loaded beast. Inhale, plank. Twice. Back. Plank. Hold. Excuse me. Down dog. Changing it. Right leg. 3-legged dog. Push that leg to the sky as your opposite heel reaches to the ground. With that leg, you've got this integration through the center line. Yes? It's from the heel coming and pushing down into your hands. Big deep inhale as your knee pulls into your nose. Find the rounded position. Hold. Let your knee and your nose touch. Inhale. Exhale, 3-legged dog. Inhale, cheetah. Touch. Exhale, 3-legged dog. One more time, but we're going to use cheetah. So find the knee to nose position and then step your foot in between your hands. Lift your arms up. And then like you're wrapping around a tree, you've got this whoop, pull in. We sink into this. Sink low. Find the lift of our arms. Inhale. Take your back knee, touch the floor. Can your hands touch? And rise. Lift everything. Let's do that again. Let your eyes follow your hands. What do you notice? I didn't do it well. But you notice that you have to turn on the center of your body in order to follow those fingers with your eyes. Use your breath. Remember, that's our focal. Hold high. Press your heel back. Lean forward. Push into your hands. Now, lift your back leg as it pulls in to touch your other knee. Reach your foot and your hand away from each other. Feel this like length You're in between two walls and you're trying to press them away from each other. Big, deep inhale. Step your foot back. Lift your arms high to the sky. Exhale, your hand comes beside your foot. Step your foot so it's a little bit more on the outside of the mat. Okay? I'm gonna scoot my blocks just a little bit. Place, so this is your right foot. Place your right hand on your thigh. Your left foot is going to come through. Kind of fun, right? Now, if your butt needs to come to the ground, let it. But it's about whoop, pulling, thread your foot back, hold, hold. Let's try one more time. And step, step back. Bring your foot back, plank, hold. Big deep inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Loaded beast. Bend your knees. Sink low into that. Engage through the center. Inhale. Exhale. Push forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Hold. Big deep inhale. Down dog. Lift your left leg. Find your hips square to the ground. Yes, guys? So we did this on the other side, but it's about finding the balance between two sides. This one might be totally different for you. Bring your knee to your nose, cheetah. Rise to the sky. Cheetah. Curve into your middle back. Lift. Now, cheetah brings your foot through in between your hands. And you rise. Inhale. Exhale as we take the arms and hug. You find this like, when you get that hug, did you notice how you kind of shortened in between in here? That's what you want. That's core line integration. Lift your arms high. Keep that same tree hugger, we call it, position. Big deep inhale. Exhale, bend your back knee. And rise. And rise all through here. You keep that engagement. Remember, follow your fingers with your eyes. Push your feet into the ground. Hold this one up. Hold. Press. Inhale, hands come beside foot. Step your foot out to the side. Stay low. Hand comes to thigh to use as that support system. Thread your foot through. And step back. Do it again. Some of you have done this with me where we did it from loaded beast. It's just a different position. Hand down. Step back to plank. Hold plank. Hold. You should feel everything in the center of your body fired up right now. If you don't, sit back to child's pose because that means that you need a rest. Okay. Press into that position. Big deep inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Bend your knees. Find your loaded beast. Big deep inhale. Exhale, plank. Loaded beast. Plank. Hold. Inhale. Down dog. Right leg. Three-legged dog. Knee into nose. Step in. Rise. Lift. Hold. Find that tree hugger. Move. Lift your arms. Step forward into your warrior three, which I realized I forgot to do on the other side. Oh well, I'll give you a bit extra. Big deep press. Hold. Feel the lift out of your leg. Come all the way up to center. Feel the push of your foot into the floor. Lift up. Sit your foot down as you lift your heels into a high chair. Sink low, all the way down, all the way, right? Hands sit back, lift into boat, low boat. Lift, crab. Lift your hips, reverse tabletop. Crab, so hips an inch off the floor. Right leg comes under switch. Right leg, so you go to beast. Cool, abs are tight. Right leg under switch, back to crab. Lower down. Lift to boat. Roll back. Use that momentum to come into small ball and then step back to beast. You get that fun little transitional moment. Right leg side kick through. Come center. Left leg side kick through. Now you can stay right here, or you can start to make this a little bigger, where we get what's called a levitating side kick through. And that's that moment right here where you lift your hips and then thread. Lift your hips. Fun, right? Last time each side. Use your abdominals. They're what's getting that lift. Now come back to beast. Step back to plank. Down dog. Loaded beast. Exhale, plank. Use your abdominals, guys. Use your core. Plank, hold. Down dog. Left leg, three-legged dog. Cheetah that brings you forward. Rise up. Tree hugger. Right there. Lean forward. Lift into your leg. Push away. I'm going to make you hold here just a little bit longer since I forgot it on that first time. Push in opposition. I used to get really mad at myself when I would forget to do something in a series. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm such a failure. And I think that that's very common for people like myself who are very achievement focused. But then I started to realize, like, it's only a three-legged or a warrior three. Like, it's not the end of the world. If we forget something, as long as it's not like forgetting to pick your child up, which even then can still sometimes turn out okay, life is going to continue. Let's rise. Sit low into that high chair as your heels lift. Lower down. All the way. Sit back. Oh, there it is. Find boat. Press away. Come in. Hands back. Crab. Then reverse tabletop. You lift your legs. Your hips. Squeeze everything in your body. Lower down. Left leg under switch. So left comes under. Now the first time I ever did these, I was so confused. I kept going over. It really is about that thread underneath. Come back. Lower. Ball. All the way through. Step back to loaded beast, or to beast, excuse me. Side kick through, right leg. Now, can you make it levitate? Oh, get that moment like someone pushes into your belly and causes you to lift up. If you have a handstand in your practice, I do not, you can go into a handstand in that moment. And use that. Come back to loaded beast. Step back to plank. Down dog. Lift your right leg, three-legged dog. Push, knee to nose. Step in between your hands. Rise up. Circle, tree hugger. Lift, breathe. Are you still controlling your breath? It starts to let go, especially as things get faster or more challenging. Step your back foot in. Now, you notice how I've got these two knees together to then go push apart. It's to get more involvement in the center body, to push away. Rise all the way up. Hold. Take your leg out to the side. Lean in to this falling star. We lift up out of that side leg. My hip was cramping. We lift up as we lower our hand down to the floor. And maybe you start to fall. And guess what? That's you challenging your balance. Let's come back to center. Lift your arms high. Big deep inhale. Exhale, step back to low crescent. It's that fast moment. Slide your foot out. Front kick through. Inhale. Exhale. Whew. Step back. Can your arm follow you? And back. One more time. With control. Be there. Step back. Hold. Hands come. Stay right here. Push yourself. Big deep inhale. Exhale, step back to loaded beast. Plank. Loaded beast. One more time, plank. Walk your hands back. Beast. Ooh. Knees under. Levitating. Push to the side. Push. One more time, each side. We only have 4 of them. Last one. Reach. Come center. Step out to plank. Hold. Down dog. Hold your down dog for a moment. Maybe it's a chance to come into child's pose to rest. Do what you need. About 2 more breaths. Lift your left leg, 3-legged dog. Knee into nose, step. Rise. You know it, tree hugger. Use sound effects, they really do help. Lift up and then step in. Knee to knee, roll, push away. Find that lift of your abdominal. The most common thing that starts to happen is that we sag right here and that we don't have this push and pull feeling. Rise up. Exhale, tip. Push your big toes into the ground. Feel the reach out the side body. Come all the way up. Use your control in the center as you take a big deep inhale. Exhale, step back. It takes moments of control on you. Slide your foot over. Inhale. Kick through. Step back. Kick through. Back. One more time. Kick through. Back. Hands down. Step back to plank. Hold plank. Big deep inhale. Exhale, down dog. Inhale forward to plank. Rotate over to a side plank. Okay? Lift up out of your side underbelly right here. I want you to feel this like pressure into the hand on the floor, but lift up out of the wrist into the arm so you're fully integrated in this arm to lift up. Find that lift. You squeeze in, big deep inhale. Top arm is going to thread underneath to your back heel. Rise up. Thread. Rise. Push into that palm arch. Reach. Lift. Now rotate back around to plank. Hold. Hold, hold, hold. Big deep inhale. Exhale, down dog. Right leg, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step your foot through. Rise up. Big tree hugger. Arms reach high. Use your breath. Step into Our warrior 3 pushes away. One breath, one moment. Rise, tip, lift up, engage, step back. Last time on this side, you get the opportunity to kick that leg through and back, kick through and back, kick through and back. Step your hands back to beast. Big deep inhale. Exhale, side kick through right leg. Can you levitate? Or maybe you're just tick-tocking your knees, right? Remember this point? You do you right now for one more time, each side. Step out to plank. Loaded beast. Plank. Loaded beast. Plank, hold, down dog. Three-legged dog, left leg. Your breath is your control. Step. Your center is your support. Reach. So if you think about being controlled with your breath and supported with your center, how can you take these positions a little deeper? Remember, control and support. Big deep inhale, step back, out to the side. Let's go, front kick through. And that, you're low. Yes, it takes hip flexor mobility. That's part of what we work in this. I love that. Step, hands, back to beast. Ooh. Hold, big deep inhale. Last time, side kick throughs for the day. Ooh, that was ugly. Control it. Find that lift as if someone pushes your tummy in and lifts you to the sky. Beast, plank, down dog. Hold, down dog. Push forward. Rotate around to side plank, left side. Reach. Now push your hand into the floor. Lift up just a little bit higher on that side body. Come to center. Hold plank. Big deep inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Lift your right leg, three-legged dog. So this is our last kind of flow. It's very different though. Step your foot in between your hands. Rise up. Hold. Lower down. Get that same tree hugger position without having to use the arms. Warrior 2. Push out. So everything here is center, line, engaged. Reach out the top of your head as you sink lower into your leg. Rotate back around to crescent. Step your back foot in to meet your front, but keep the heel lifted. Just kind of like you were on that block earlier. Now, lift up. And I already tell you, this is this is the ankle that has a pin in it. So I'm gonna struggle a little bit more on this side, but it's okay. We will all be here together. Push your hands forward as your leg reaches forward. Now see how low you can sit into that leg. Rise up. Reach it behind you. Cross your hand to the outside of your leg. Rise up. Do it again. Push. And rise. Cross. And lift. So use your breath. Hold. Lower foot Lift both heels. Sit down into your chair. Hold. Use that control to come all the way down. Hands by your foot. Step back to plank. Down dog. Lift your left leg. Your left leg, three-legged dog. Step your foot in between your hands. Rise up. Integrate. Control. Warrior two. Push. Be focused. That's what I want. Rotate. Lift. Step your foot in. So you're in that little high heel position. Now lift your leg. Sit low. Remember, you go as low as you can. This side, I'm able to go all the way down. Cross. That's when you might biomechanically, just like me, have something that limits one side. That pin in my ankle might be a knee or hip for you. Rise. Come on, abs are in. Lift both heels. Sink yourself down. Push, push, push back. Hold. Find that place where you can sit just a little bit more. Pound it. Sit back. Nice job. Find this tall seated position. All right. Grab your blocks. So you've got one on each side of you. Your body is tall. All right. You're going to sit really tall with your legs crossed right here. Place your hands into the block and lift your hips off the ground. Lower down. Notice my legs, they're staying on the ground. That's what I want you to have at this moment, where in the pit of your belly is that pressure that we've been getting. We lift. Shoulders are back and away from ears, or down and away from ears. Lower. You're gonna do it one more time. Lift. Hold. Okay? Remember that position. Place your blocks out beside you. Hands come in front. So we're back to plank position. This is your last plank of the day. Well, kind of. Plank series. We'll go with that. Remember that place that we just were. All right, big deep inhale. Rotate over to side plank. Take your top arm. Thread to your back heel. Reach up high. Thread. It's that lift of your hip. Yes. Thread. Come center. Now, lift your back leg, your back right leg, excuse me. Find that cheetah position that we've been finding all class. Deep engagement in your abdominals. Step your foot in between your hands. Rise immediately up to warrior three. Push away. Lift tall. Sink low. So single leg squat. Rise, cross. Last opportunity on this leg today to sit back, to cross, to feel that full body integration. Now, lift up, step back, or excuse me, reach back to warrior three. Step back. Hands come beside foot. Now, here's the fun part. This leg that's forward is going to lift and transition you right around into plank. side plank, hold, lift up with your belly. Now my top leg is in tree, yours does not have to be. Rotate around, hold, inhale, rotate around to side plank on the other side. Let's finish this final plank series of the day out. Thread, and lift. Thread. How high can your hips come? Can you get that big lift of your abdominals? Come around. Lift your left leg up. Cheetah, 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 cheetah. Steps. Lifts you straight up to warrior three, yes? Rise up. Twice. You get to sit. Oh, and rise. One more. Notice how I push those hands away. It's giving me that feeling just like in our warrior three. Just like this. Ha! Step back. Here you go. Use that front leg. Step around. Rotate to side plank. Oh, lift up. Come back to center. Sit back to child's pose. Ah. Okay. You didn't think you'd get out of this. Here we are. Blocks beside us. We practiced that core lift, yeah? That whoop in multiple different ways today. Now, hands are on these blocks. You could also have your hands on the floor. They just give us lift, right? Push into your hands. Lift your hips. Now, with control, can you lift your legs? Hold that position. Big, deep inhale. Exhale, lower. We're gonna play 2 more times. On that last time, we're gonna do something a little different. So, push in. Now, remember that palm arch that I've been talking about, pushing into the base of our hand, our thumb, our pinky, so that we don't dump all of this into our wrist. And come down. Okay. On this last time, we're going to try to take our legs back into a plank position. That's why we just did that side plank kind of transitional thing, from front to side, to kind of give you that same deep engagement feeling. Lift up. Now, use those deep muscles to kind of lean forward, and then step back. Maybe you can jump it. Let's try it again. Push. Maybe you just want to play a little longer. This is playing, right? Lift. Squeeze. All arm balances are just deep abdominal work. Sit back. Let's stretch. It is. When we do really good arm balances, they're about that core integration, which I hope you have felt today. Let's roll onto our backs. Let your knees fall to one side. So a lot of kind of very integrated poses, you noticed. Lots of moments where we were doing those switches and movements where we had to rely on how our center body moved. Come to center, and to the other side. Core integration truly is that. That's what makes us better in life, better in sport, better in everything that we can do. I find it interestingly to think about that these days I'm so much stronger in my core because I do a lot of that high integrated type of movement than I was back in the day when I was doing a lot of like traditional core type stuff. And I might not have the six-pack abs anymore, but I can do cooler things and I can do different stuff with my body. So I'm like, that's what it's about. Let's come to center. Let's extend our legs in front, our arms by our side. We have worked really hard today, and we deserve this Shavasana. It's only going to be a short period of time, and I know that it's so tempting to pick up your mat and want to leave. But when we can allow our mind to just settle, even for 60 seconds, we can be calmer throughout our day. Bring the bottoms of your feet together. Let your knees continue to go out to the side.
Oh, I never knew love would come and find me one day.
Bring the bottoms of your feet together. Hug your knees to your chest. Give yourself a rock from side to side. Let's roll over to our right side. Bring ourselves up to a seated position. Find this tall lift out the top of your head. As you sit tall with your eyes shut or open, think about how in a general day you can use your breath for support, your center for control. How we use those things, how we move with our breath and we integrate with our center will allow us that calm, relaxed feeling. Take a big deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it all go out your mouth. Until next time, guys, I'm Summer. Thank you.